Welcome to your daily focus, August the 17th, 2021. My name is Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly. Thank you. Thank you truly for all of the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. I send it right back to you. You guys have been awesome over the last several weeks. Not that you're not always awesome, but even more awesome if that's even a possibility. So thank you for your support. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your understanding. Okay, we have the 17 energy today. The 17 energy is making the impossible possible. It's about going after that dream, that desire, that want. We may want more meaning in our lives, or we may want more understanding of what is the next step. Where are we headed? What is our journey? Now, I better not jump on that one because we'll be getting into the astrology. So hopefully I'll remember to talk about Jupiter and Chiron when we get to the astrology. Remind me. 1 plus 7 is an 8. So in order to make that impossible possible, you have to bring out your courage, your strength. You have to utilize those tools. You have to walk with integrity. So do not try to manipulate somebody or an event or something today. Don't tell that little white lie in order to win them over. Also, when the 8 energy appears, more often than not, our integrity is called upon. So somebody may be calling you out, trying to take away your personal power, trying to rewrite what happened so it favors them instead of you. And even though it may seem like a very personal attack, chances are, under a 17 energy, it is not personal. So understand why you are trying to take that so personally, or why you are taking that personally. 9 times out of 10, it's because we're trying to control the whole thing. We're not allowing other people to use their talents, their abilities to move us, to help move us forward in the right direction. Maybe, and that's just through support or just being a friend. If we do the numerology of the day, it is a 21. 21 means there's some loose ends. We need to maybe let go of something, move past something. Maybe it's a habit, maybe it's behavior, maybe something in our routines, maybe it's a certain person or people, an environment. So that we can go forward with an energy, with a bounce in our step, that things aren't weighing us down. So we've just come out of a full moon. We are in a new moon energy. So where do you feel the blockages? Where you feel the walls? Where you feel like you can't go forward? Where you feel like you are pulling back, or we might have a crisis of faith. Or we might be led easily off our path by something that's shinier and better. It sounds better. It sounds greater. Chances are it's not. So be careful of that. If you are signing any contracts, going into any kind of commitments that it's a handshake or a signature, take a closer look at everything on a day like today. You don't want to jump the gun. Chances are you're right in your actions. It is new moon energy after all. But we may be thinking a little bit grandiose about what's going to happen, what's going to become of it. And we might be starting to count all of our, chickens before they hatch, so to speak. So be very careful of that, because information can come in today, or because we're just craving it. We're just craving it, really. Something may pop out. Some information might get uncovered. Or, let's go to the, 21 is a 3, and that is a beautiful divine energy. We learn more through communicating with each other. So communication is big in order to move us forward, in order to move us on a path. We may find that we are here, and then we're here, and then we're here, and then we're here. We're doing little things, lots of little things, but we're not doing anything really big or concrete. So expect that today. So if you're sitting down to do something that's really going to take a lot of effort and a lot of focus, it may not be the best thing for you to do today under a 3 energy, but you do want to tie up those loose ends. You do want to move past things so that you don't have that weight. Or maybe you are clearing an area for something new to come into being. So maybe it's finalizing, I heard finalizing the divorce settlement so that you can bring in new love or a new partnership or a new best friend, somebody to be by your side. But it can't happen until a certain point. And so you need to move it. You need to move past it so that you're open to the new opportunities, so that nothing is weighing you down. I mean, I stayed separated from my husband for, I don't know, 10 years. Then he came and, oh boy, did he take me to the cleaners. He had a good lawyer and I had a corrupt lawyer. So my good lawyer said, hey, we'll work out a deal. And my corrupt lawyer said, that sounds good to me. And I got sold out so bad. But anyways, so be it. I learned some lessons like you can fire a lawyer. I should have done that. I should have started over. I was tired though. Sometimes we get tired. Sometimes we get, and that could be a day like today where we just get tired. And so we want to just move into some new energy. And sometimes we take risks that we shouldn't, or we make decisions based on just getting it done and getting it over with, rather than what is best for us. Remember, if I was here for that new moon, it would be this I do for me. So obviously I wasn't acting in the best interest of me or my children at the time. I was tired. I just wanted it to be done. But when that was finally done, it opened me up to a new relationship, a new best friend too. So sometimes by hanging on or just not moving forward, procrastinating can actually hinder the progress of where we want to go, of what we want to come into our lives, of what we want to manifest, of what goals we want to reach. Okay, Sun is in Leo. Moon is still in Sagittarius, so we have that fire energy today. And Jupiter and Chiron are talking. Now, I believe they talked back in April, and they'll be talking again in November. And this is kind of where we kind of get our wings clipped a little bit. Where we were thinking very expansive and outgoing and creating and manifesting, and this is where we get our wings clipped a little bit. And it's almost like we have to go inside and understand what we truly need, what we truly want, rather than following somebody else's agenda. We can get very caught up in somebody else's agenda. I never wanted a private island until I heard that somebody owned one. We have tons of lakes in Canada. And if you go up north, there are what you could consider lots of little islands. So I know somebody who has a cottage on an island. And I thought, oh, this is great. But then I thought, then you got to put everything in a boat, and then you got to bring the boat over, and you're kind of trapped on the island. What if there's a fire? How does the fire department get to you? Do you just sit there and go, oh, that sucks? How do you build the cottage if that's the case? Because you'd have to bring all the wood over by boat. Anyways. So but I really truly don't want a private island for myself. But somebody else had one. I went, oh, I want that. That'd be really cool to have. But it's not really cool to have. It might be, but it might not be. But it's something that I don't want. I have other dreams, other desires. And so I need to turn the focus back on my heart, my wants, my needs, my goals. What I want to accomplish, the mark I want to leave, my destiny, my fate. What I want to manifest in my life. So this is the time where we start to run and then we go, I'm not even supposed to be in this race. I'm supposed to be way over there right now. I'm supposed to be doing the high jump. Well, sometimes we get off our path quite easily. The boss has a new thing and all of a sudden you're donating all this time to this team effort and you're putting in extra hours and you're thinking about it when you go home and you're talking about it to friends and it goes on and all of a sudden, you're using all that energy for your boss's project. Who's going to get the rewards? Your boss. Of course, he might throw you a perk or two, or she may throw you a perk or two, but essentially, what is your path? Now, maybe you want a promotion within that company, and it's the perfect place to showcase who you are. But make sure it's your agenda. Okay, let's get to the cards. I've jabbered on long enough. And our first card, look at this, Justice comes out. Talk about having courage, having strength, walking with integrity, making that commitment to ourselves, realigning ourselves with that commitment, cutting away what no longer matters in our life, what no longer has value in our life, what is simply clutter, what is simply trash. Trash is trash, get rid of it. And it may be a treasure for somebody else, but it's not for you. It's not your path. It's not who you are on the inside. And your outside should reflect your inside. And if it doesn't, you need to get to work on that. Because that's why the beauty of who you are just continually flows. So look at what you're wearing, or what's on your desk, or what's hanging on your wall. Do you have plants? Do you have flowers? Are they indoor? Are they outdoor? Are they big? Are they little? Does it describe who you are? You know, maybe you have a big palm tree because it shows the sunny, beautiful weather that you always enjoy, whereas somebody might have an African violet because it's so dainty and tiny and fragile. And maybe that's what you feel, that you are a very beautiful, small, fragile thing that needs to be pampered, that needs to be loved, that needs to be taken care of in special ways. Nothing is wrong. Nothing is bad. It's only how we term it. Our next card, look at this, the Eight of Swords. We gain a new perception, a new understanding. Where we thought we were trapped, we weren't really trapped at all. Here we stand, and we have a blindfold on. Most of them we have the blindfold on, but usually our hands are free. Our feet may be tied, but our hands are free. In this one, our feet are free. But because we were blindfolded, we got scared. We didn't want to go forward. We didn't know what was going to be if we did go forward. So we stayed in place because it was safe, because it was predictable. Rather than pushing ourselves, rather than saying, let's just take a step forward and see what happens. Or how about, hey, I could just remove the blindfold. Do you think there's anybody watching me? Do you think anybody's standing guard? Maybe I just move up and peek a little bit. And so this is where we need to grab onto our courage and our strength to say, I can push through this. I can tear down this barrier. Or understanding comes in. And we thought one thing and now we are realizing another. And so it's time to gain a broader view of where we truly stand. And the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords says, prepare yourself, mind, body, and spirit, for where you are wanting to project yourself down in your path. Many times we see ourselves in our future and we can't understand why it's not changing. But if you look at a picture of yourself 5 years ago, chances are you look a little different. 10 years ago, more than likely. 20 years ago, The hairstyle changes, maybe the color, maybe the length. Our clothes change, what we're comfortable in, what we're wearing. Our jewelry changes. Do we see ourselves well? Do we see ourselves happy? Do we see ourselves having a balance in our life, a freedom in our life? Do we see ourselves inviting in happiness and joy and giggles? Do we see ourselves empowered, strong, courageous? Do we see ourselves committed to ourselves, our journey, our path, our goals, our dreams, our wants? What do you see when you look forward? It's time to prepare your mind, body, and spirit. So if you feel tired and you want to relax today, even though we have all this fire energy, then do so, for goodness sakes. Because the energy is telling you to take a nap. And maybe in that nap, you get a dream and an aha moment and that epiphany. And then the 17 energy comes alive for you and you know how to go forward for maybe the very first time ever. Okay, let's get a mantra card. I got goosebumps all over me. There must be somebody here with us today. Oh, they're strong too. Huh. So who knows what the next story that might come out of my mouth is. Whatever I think when I'm holding the cards, I say. Potential. Think big for your future. What was the other one? Go after your dreams was yesterday or something. So look at this. We have potential. Think big. Think big. Push yourself past those limitations. That's what we were talking about yesterday. Now, when we're pushing ourselves, now we know that Jupiter is starting to get together with Chiron. And our wings are going to be a little clipped. Just a little bit. Just a titch. To keep us safe. To keep us grounded. To keep us moving forward with a strength. So don't worry if something doesn't go completely right today. And if you feel like somebody's trying to blow up something that you were working on or inventing, or maybe it's your own personal power or your integrity or whatever it might be, chances are it's not directed at you. It wasn't a personal attack. You may be in the line of fire, but it was never personally about you. And so understand why you felt that. Why you felt like, because they didn't like your idea, they also think a little less of you. Because it's absolutely not true. So think big for your future. Grow that dream. Grow that dream. And crystal ball, we've got an angel in there. The angel's got their hand reaching out to us, sending us something beautiful. Your creative and mental powers carry great potential. Your plans to expand your horizons are underway. Everything is progressing as planned. Think and plan outside your limitations and remain open-minded, as there are more possibilities and opportunities than you can see at this point. It could be study, it could be a business venture, it could be travel, it could be a new person or environment. Be ready to take on the challenges with a think big attitude. Empower yourself with more development and self-exploration. The mantra is, my visions and goals take me beyond my current limitations. My visions and goals take me beyond my current limitations. So often when we see our future, we still keep the limitations intact. And we don't even realize that we're drawing them in. So, self-knowledge is amazing. And right now, we're probably in an energy today where we can gain self-knowledge about ourselves and how we act and where we're going and how we're going to do that with success. Okay, we'll get an animal here. I tell you, the dogs didn't know what was going on because I was home for 2 weeks. And usually they see me running out the door early in the morning, coming in late at night, laying down for a half an hour, then coming into the office. And so it was a whole different routine for them. They were a little on the baffled side. And so today we went back to reality, and they didn't like it. They kind of like the humans around to lay next to guard, to get petted, tummy rubs. Let them go out and go for their big runs. We have a muskrat family right now, and so they're quite smart actually. And they know exactly when to come out from underneath the buildings and whatnot, or come up on land. And they know when the dogs are there and not there. So it's pretty cute because I'll let them in, and then Dylan will run right up to the upstairs window and look out and start barking because sure enough, there's a muskrat there. Okay, let's see which animal comes up for us. And today we have, look at this, strut your stuff. Strut your stuff. Believe in you, your dreams, your goals, your walk, your journey, your path. Strut your stuff. Know that you are beautiful. Know that you are strong. Know that you are courageous. Know that you are smarter than you think. Stronger than you think. More courageous than you think. Know that if you grow your dream past the limitations that you already have in place, that you will be able to master it. That you will be able to push through and really, really hook on to success, accomplishment. And right now, knowing that we can do a job well done is a huge incentive for us. I think that's Mars. Mars right now. So I believe Mars is in Virgo. Who are we looking for? The peacock. And that really is when we can do a job well done, we are quite proud of ourselves. And so we want to do it. And that motivates us to finish the job, finish the task, have that conversation, go to that environment. Because we know that when we're done, we will be successful and we will feel good about who we are and what we've accomplished. Strut your stuff. Beauty, confidence, foresight, clairvoyance. Never bend your head. Always hold it high and look the world straight in the eye. Peacock is completely aware of his beauty and wants you to work on believing that you too are beautiful, inside and out. Peacock believes that you have lost confidence with your inner or maybe your outer appearance. Oftentimes, to regain that confidence, you might have to fake it before you make it. Push yourself into the vibration, which is a true self of who you really are. Things bring us down, but that's not truly who you are. Things make us overly happy sometimes, and that's not who you are. So knowing your true self, it's so potent. Peacock may have come into your life to show you that you are coming into a new spiritual growth path. It may be time to begin working on become certified in Reiki, quantum touch, take a tarot class, take a meditation class. If you're feeling less than beautiful, embrace Peacock and allow Peacock to help you strut your stuff. So, and it is new moon energy, so yes, buying a new outfit, getting a new hairstyle, doing a makeover maybe in your environment are all things that we can do under a new moon energy and have success in doing it. If you get your hair cut under new moon energy, know that it will grow back quite quickly. So full moon is when you want to cut your hair if you don't want it to grow back quickly. Sometimes we pay a lot of money for that beautiful haircut and 3 weeks later it's like, ugh. And other times we get that haircut and we go, ugh, and it doesn't grow back. So those are the reasons why. So get to know you a little bit better. Bring out that courage. Bring out that strength. Don't take things too personally today. Okay? Jupiter may be here to talking to Chiron to clip our wings just a little bit. So remember back in April, maybe where you thought you were going full force and then it was like, no, you better back that up a little bit. You better think it through. You better get grounded before you move in that direction. Any partnerships, contracts, things like that. This is where we want the procrastination today. We don't want to say yes to anything that we wanted to say no to, and vice versa. We want to be sure that that yes is sound, that we never have to revisit that yes or that no. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.